So what are the 5 bottles that I regret buying? Stay tuned to find out, because the last one is shocking. Welcome back to the Bourbon Retriever, where I go on the wild, hunt bourbon, and bring it back for you. Today we are talking about the 5 bottles that I regret buying. Now each of these bottles has a lesson involved with them that helped me along my whiskey journey, and I'm hoping that these lessons can help you in your journey. First bottle is Angel's Envy Single Barrel. My friend has one of these bottles at his place. I tried it. I fell in love. Next time I saw it at a store, grabbed one, brought it home, and I cannot tell you how disappointed I was. This could not be anything further from the bottle I tried. It tastes like medicine. It tastes like it lived in a port barrel its whole life, not just finishing. So my advice here is not every single barrel is the same. If you can, when you go to a liquor store, see if you can get a sample, just because some stores, they try and get very off profile. Others try and go in more in the wheelhouse, while some of those stores just have a reputation for having great palates. So if you can get a sample, it'll save you a little bit of coin and has helped me avoid a couple of disappointing bottles. Bottle number 2, Booker's. I know there's some good Booker's batches out there, but this is for the Booker's line in general. And the lesson here is price does not mean everything. And that's because it has a little brother, Knob Creek Single Barrel. The Knob Creek Single Barrels, they come in about half the cost. They're older, they're typically 9 years and up, where Booker's are 6 to 7 years. The proof points are about the same, but you just get a much darker and richer experience with the Knob Creek Single Barrels. Whereas the Booker's, they do vary each time, but they are a little floral. You do get a little bit of the younger, lighter peanut note. So again, when you go to the store, don't be fooled by the packaging. Booker's comes in this nice, pretty box. The presentation is good. It has a nice little story for each bottle. And next to it is the Knob Creek Single Barrel. Looks very average, normal, yet the juice inside is twice as good and half the cost. Third bottle on this list is Barrell Dovetail. Now, I heard a bunch of good reviews for Barrell Dovetail on YouTube, so I thought I'd go out and give it a try. But the lesson for this is trust your palate. I am not a huge finished fan. So even though this is probably a good finished product, it's just not gonna fit my wheelhouse. So when you're going out and looking at the shelf, hearing reviews on bottles, if you're not a rye guy, if you're not a finished Ambrana fan or whatever it may be, don't get it just because someone else said it's good. You need to trust your palate. And especially if you're spending up on a bottle, make sure it's something that's in your flavor profile. I will say with barrel products, there are some good ones out there. Like I am a big fan of the Vantage and the recent barrel batches. The 35 I heard is really good, and I'm looking forward to getting that one the next time I can. The next bottle on this list is Hidden Barn Batch 1. I got this bottle in Kentucky when I was on the bourbon trail with my brother. They don't distribute this bottle in Virginia or Maryland, or the DC area where I was, so if I was gonna get it, I had to get it while I was on the trip. This bottle had just come out. There weren't really any reviews on it. Not much I heard about it, except I did know that Zachy was leaving Old Forester for Hidden Barn. So I was really excited to try this product. I have great respect for her. This bottle was coming in around 80 bucks. So it was tempting. It's a lot of money. FOMO, it hit me hard. I got home, I opened it, and there's a lot of youthful grain in it. It has this weird grape note, almost like it tastes like a wine. I was not the fan of this bottle. And the lesson you take away from this bottle is you don't need to buy every new bottle. Bottles are coming out all the time under new labels, different lines. You don't need to buy them all. You can't drink them all. Also, unless you have an infinite money, you can't physically buy them all. So do your research, be smart, and if you can, wait till you see a couple of reviews on a bottle before jumping on it. So the last bottle, this one, it kind of pains me to put on this list, but it is none other than Stagg. This is batch 22B. Now you're asking, why is this bottle on the list? Especially if you're able to get it for $50, which I was able to at retail here in Virginia. Why would you ever be disappointed in getting this bottle? And the reason is, it's because of the bottle I could have gotten instead. So I went to a Virginia drop, got there early enough to be able to pick the bottle I wanted. And the 2 best bottles were this and Jack Daniel's 12. I had heard a couple of good things about Jack Daniel's 12, but I wasn't too familiar with the bottle. Whereas I saw this and my tater heart and eyes grew 3 times bigger. I just couldn't not pick it up. The tater FOMO kicked in and I grabbed it. My buddy got the Jack Daniel's 12. We opened it, and I'm gonna tell you, I think it might be the best bottle of the year. It hits all the notes you'd want. I'm a huge fan of Jack Daniel's single barrels, and it's that to another level. I also had the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, and it meets that. So this is probably one of the best products that Jack Daniel's put out, and I am super disappointed I did not get myself a bottle. Let me know in the comments if you would rather have a Jack Daniel's 12 or over Stagg Jr. Curious to see what the community thinks, but for me, I would trade it in a heartbeat. So those are the 5 bottles that I regret buying. Leave a comment below on a bottle that you regret buying. It may help someone else when they're out there hunting. Until next time, cheers.